Hey guys, just got back from Florida a couple of days ago. Went to see my daughter graduate with her master's and said goodbye to Tallahassee for the last time. And I'm back at the land. Right now you're looking at the path where our house will be. Pretty much this piece of land right here I'm coming up a little bit so you can see that there's a slope to get to here. But what we want to do is get rid of that slope and flatten it out. So just to start our excavation without having to go too far, because we're not really ready to do it all yet, we're going to go right through this path here, cut through these two little trees. So that's all we have to really cut down, just to make a roadway through here. And go down to the driveway. Well, we're going to actually be coming up from the driveway to do that. And by doing that, then we'll be able to get a storage unit in here. I'm turning around now and going down to where this tree right here will be the boundary for the house. So past that, there's a nice flat spot. And if you remember, I had my platform right there, but I decided to move it because I thought that's a perfect spot for a maybe 10 by 10 storage shed, so that while we're doing all this work, we'll have somewhere to store everything. So I have a couple logs left here that need to go down to the platform, which I moved just a little bit to make it more downhill, because even though the logs were close to the platform, I thought it was going to be really hard to get them up to it. So the only problem with this platform is it's not as flat. It's definitely on an angle, as you can see. I'm hoping, I kind of built a wall of resistance over there with some stacked up logs and things, and then I took two of my smaller logs and put it on the end, and then I'm going to lay the other logs horizontally, and I'm hoping that that will be strong enough to hold them without the resistance wanting to go down the hill. But if we put one and it does, then I'll just build more of a wall of resistance there, so that I could have this other spot for the storage shed. So up here is where I have that one tree that fell so nicely up off the ground. So all I'm going to do with that is take some strips of 2x4s and lay them across, and then lay tarp over it so that it has some air, but also some protection from the rain, because it's been raining like crazy and my logs are getting wet. And as you can see, these are starting to get mold on them, which these were probably the first ones that we put on the ground. They've been on the ground too long, but from what I understand, there's an easy way to get that off, and then once we get them on that platform, they'll be safe and sound. The platform down here, I don't know if you remember, when I was doing this one, it worked out really good because we cleared out this whole area, and all the logs that were up here, the trees that fell here, everything got rolled down onto that platform. That platform is not completed yet, though. I did that before I left Florida because I just wanted to get something covered at least, and there's about, I think maybe 12 logs on there, so I wanted to at least get them covered. But they are not covered in a way that lets enough air in, so they are up off the ground on that platform, but they have air from underneath, but I need more air coming in. So I'm going to, all those little 2x4 pieces, strips, we're going to build a platform around it, and then I'm going to put the tarp over the top so that there's air. And down there I have a couple logs too that I'm going to do the same thing for. So still got a lot of work to do around here, and still trying to figure out how I'm going to move these massive logs, even though it's like right there up onto the platform. I'm gonna need help, and I haven't figured that out yet, but in God's time, I'm back from Florida and got an important part of life taken care of with my daughter, and my son's on his way to his new career, and I can focus on this. And over here I still have a couple of my cherry logs, which are really important to me too. They haven't turned black or got any mold because they've just recently been debarked, so I want to get those up on that platform too. There's one 8-foot there, then there's a 6-foot, and then the other ones are like a 3-foot or 4-foot. So they should be easy enough to move down and then roll down onto that platform. But that's where we're at right now, and just still praying. Say a prayer with me that we get some people to help us with moving these logs onto that platform, getting them tarped and protected so I can move on to the studio that I want to build, which I think I want to do up there. I guess that's my husband's compressor. There's a flat spot right up there, right above where that tree fell. And I'm going to do my cob studio over there. So once we get all this log stuff taken care of, that'll be my next exciting endeavor. And then if we get this part flattened out like I just showed you, then I might actually start on the foundation of the house, which would be right in between this big tree and those little trees back there. And it goes down. So there's a couple small trees I need to get rid of in between, but it's pretty open there. And I think I could at least start on the foundation in this part once we get the road built and the mini excavator or backhoe in here. Then that road will become where the house pad goes, and that's where I will start the foundation. So here's to next year. Hopefully things will be looking a lot different. Have a great day, guys.